Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hey, welcome back to the Rush Hour. If you can't tell, it is 9 a.m. and I got up and I did this video right away. So let's talk about the Flyers. 2-2-1 to start. Not the best at all, but it's not bad. I think the number one thing that I see a lot of people doing right now is panicking, and it's far from what we need to do. I mean, we're literally 5 games in. Obviously we sit down on the standings, but we're a game behind everybody, maybe even 2 games behind some teams. There are some things we need to address. There are some things that need to change quickly, but we'll talk about that in a second. The main thing I want to talk about, no panicking, is the travel and the scheduling that kind of just royally screwed us. We played in Prague, Czech Republic, then we come back home to play at home, and then we go to Western Canada for 3 games. That's 4 time zones in 5 games, and it's just really hard to settle in, especially with a new coach, a new system. Not really some new players, obviously, in the bottom lines and Kevin Hayes, but it's not time to panic. I think we need to settle in. We've 2 home games coming up in a row, so Dallas isn't playing the best so far. Sure, Vegas is playing really well, but again, we'll be home. Hopefully, we could be settled in a little bit more. So yeah, let's talk about the offense. The offense is not trying, because they are. The offense looks really good, but we just can't put the puck in the net right now. We're doing literally everything except scoring. Last night we had 52 shots on goal, and we scored 3 goals. And 2 of them came with 5 minutes left, so at that rate, being 6-1 down, I don't really think it matters. Travis Konecny is pretty much the only one that has showed up every game. He scored a point in the first 4 games, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points in 4 games. So now it's 5 points because he didn't get a point last night. Voracek is now tied for second on the team with points. Don't let that fool you. I mean, sure, he had a good goal in the first period. It was a wide open net. And then again, he scored those 2 points late in the game when it just didn't matter. Lindblom's played a lot better. I really think Lindblom has tons of potential, and I really hope he continues to pace himself. 4 points already through the season with 3 goals, which is good for the Swede. I'm kind of just looking down the list. I don't really want to talk about every single player. Like Couturier, 3 points. It's okay, whatever. Giroux, 3 points. I think it's more not the points for Drew. I think it's the fact that he's kind of, I don't know. I don't see him as a captain right now. The team was really down last night, and not even just last night, last 3 games, and he hasn't stepped up as himself as a player on the ice. I don't know behind all the scenes, obviously, but he only has 3 assists. He doesn't have a goal yet. He's a -1. Well, in fact, everyone's a -1 or even, except Twarynski. And Twarynski barely plays. I mean, there's the numbers. 10 minutes a game. You're not really going to be destined for success if you have 1 player at plus and they are a 4th liner. Raffle, okay. Twarynski, 4th goal the other night in Vancouver, was really nice. Scott Laughton has fallen down from last year. Tyler Pitlick doesn't really play much either. JVR. I love JVR. I'm really glad he's back, but I don't know. He's always out in front, and he always has the chances. Right now, he literally leads the team in shots, and he doesn't have a goal. He doesn't have a point in 5 games as well. JVR needs to get something rolling quick, because he had a slower start last year. We can't forget that. And it picked up, probably say maybe November, December's time, maybe a little later. So I think if JVR does get moving, this team progressively gets better, because especially on the power play, he's just right in front of the net, being a nuisance to any goalkeeper. But we just need him to just step up, get those points, and I think we'll be fine in the long run. And then after that, Chris Stewart played in Calgary the other night, and Bunneman plays 9 minutes a game, so there's really nothing to talk about for him either. So yeah, I don't think there's really anything to worry about with the offense. I don't think it's a lack of trying, it's a lack of finishing, and I think that's going to come, throughout the games. So let's move into the defense. The difficult part about this team is deciding the defense so far throughout the year. We've only played 6 defenders: Provorov, Niskanen, Braun, Sanheim, Haig, Gostisbehere. The defense has played really well at times and then really, really dumb at some times. Like the other night, Braun giveaway to let the first goal for Calgary. Last night, there was just so many defensive turnovers. I mean, the defensive turnovers all trip, honestly. But Provorov stepped up. He's solidifying himself as our #1 defender, which I really enjoy. Niskanen and Braun, which have been 2 really, really good acquisitions. Braun, obviously, his stats, 2 assists, and he's a -5. I'm not going to hate on much in the -5 as a defender. Braun and Niskanen bring a really good big presence to the team. Niskanen has been incredible, though. I mean, Niskanen stopped at 2-on-1 in Vancouver the other night. Or was that New Jersey? I think it was New Jersey or whatever. But those 2 just played really well. Sanheim, I don't know. He's played really good at times. He hasn't really messed up completely so far. He just kind of had that boring start to the season. So is Robert Haig. Then they get the Gostisbehere. I've been a big fan of Gostisbehere since he came in the league. I love Ghost. But it's time to go. Last year, we was rumored about leaving. Over summer, he was rumored about leaving. I don't know if he's unsettled, but he's terrible right now. And it's not working. Like, we need someone that can fill that attackive defensive role that can be attackive. Gostisbehere has completely lost his shot. I mean, if you watched that game last night on those power plays, his shots would miss the net by 2 or 3 feet sometimes. And they weren't, trying to pass like a quick hard pass down and hope someone tips it in. They were pitiful. They were just atrocious. I did tweet out, and you can follow my Twitter at the Rush Hour. I have my own sports Twitter page now. I did tweet out saying that Voracek and Ghost need to get moving, or why they left first power play. And then Voracek scores in that next power play. Gostisbehere didn't do much. Gostisbehere still doesn't have a point so far this year. I just think, I don't know, I think it's just time for Gostisbehere to go. I guess trade him. He's too good for the AHL, but I think he would benefit from some time in the AHL. Maybe just get some confidence back, but he looks so off the pace, and I just think that's really all that we can do. The goalies, there's really nothing that much to talk about the goalies, honestly, because they played really well in my eyes. And I hate to say that because, sorry, I'm trying to pull up what I had, but I can't find anything, so I don't know. But you don't need sense. The goalies have been really good this year. I know last night people say it was Carter's fault for letting the 4 goals in. To an extent, obviously, yeah, every goal is his fault. Carter's not off to the worst start. I don't think it's time to say, oh, isn't he going to mold into something? He will. I think Brian Elliott's played really well. He came in last night, allowed 2 goals, yeah, but the one was just a mess out front, and the other one was just a good goal. I think, and then in Calgary, Moose was really good. The goal is just the furthest from the problem on this team. But the biggest thing I can say is if you are a Flyers fan like myself, please don't panic. Like, it's 5 games in. You can have, negativity towards the player too if they're not having a good game. Yeah, sure, go for it. But don't panic and don't say this team sucks. Give Alain Vigneault some time. I mean, we saw those first 2 games. The game in Prague, we had all that rest for the preseason. And we come back to Philly off the hype, on the high of getting back home. It's not life-changing. I think we're fine. We have a big game against Dallas Saturday night. So until the boys show up, and let's hope we win that game. But yeah, I guess that's it for my don't panic / talk rant thing, I guess you could say. Thanks for the views lately, the subs, the likes. Again, follow my Twitter, The Rush Hour. I'll put it right here if I can. There. And from this time, I'll see you probably tomorrow at the Premier League video again. See you.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Now she went up in the dirt, man.